All right. Should be going live any second now. So for those of you watching this on delay or watching after the start or after the live segment is what I mean, um, you should skip ahead to the 5-minute mark. Check back then. We'll get things underway around the 5-minute mark. For now, I'm just letting the channel populate a little bit, let some people come in, and yeah, check back around the 5-minute mark. We'll get underway then. Hey, Devin, Angelo, yo guys, thanks for joining early. Just gonna give a few more minutes for a couple more people to join, and we'll get things kicked off. I'm wearing my awesome surf shorts today. You can see those just on the edge of frame here. That and a plaid shirt. Check out the plaid shirt. Cool. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes, let a few more people join in, and we'll go from there. Hey, Matthew, what's going on, dude? Zip ties in the house. Look, we got the. Devin says, "Hey, Steph." He could probably hear you in the background. Yeah, I would like a cookie, actually.
Hey.
Zip ties has just joined. I've got my zip case. I'm going to be transferring my Poker 2 to this case before I start building my my blue one. And I'm going to eat a cookie. It's actually a tea biscuit. I got a cup of tea just off camera here. We're at the 2-minute, 30-second mark. We're going to really kick things off around the 5-minute mark. And I'm going to eat a cookie as loudly as possible.
And we have the Jays game on in the background.
And we have the Jays game on in the background. It's actually the Jays Royals game. For those of you who are Kansas City fans.
Boo.
Steph is not. I'm slurping a cookie, slurping a tea, and eating a cookie about as loudly as I possibly can. Now, Devin, I see what you just said then. I'm just going to finish my cookie because I know the answer to this. It's called the World Series, not because it includes the whole world, but because that's the name of the newspaper that originally sponsored the event. So it might as well have been called the New York Times Series. See what I'm saying? A little bit of trivia there. You can use that whenever you go abroad. Because I lived in London for so long, people would always say that. Oh, the World Series. I think it's the world. No, I think the newspaper is called The World. You can put that in your pipe and smoke it. Devin, your question about the MX lock, well spotted. What do you think it is? What do you think it's for? It's probably for the keyboard I'm going to build. I'm just saying. So, I actually use my caps lock as a function key. I'll get into that. Just approaching the 5-minute mark now. Hey, Devin. I will be treating it like a shift lock. I'm going to do it as a function lock, actually. So it'll just be function like normal pressing function would be, but because the key will lock, it it means my function layer will be on. Whatever. Let's kick it off. I'll talk more about the caps lock key later on. For now, what we've got here is my pack of Zelios. This is my 67 gram Zelios. As Devin was just asking about, I've got my Cherry MX caps lock key over there. So that I will be using later on as I get to building the board. I'm just going to put those off to the side here for a sec. I have my blue sleeve here because really this is the story of a blue board and a white board. So I have a blue sleeve from 1UP Keyboards. For those of you who don't know, go to 1UP Keyboards. I'm going to be using that sleeve because I've had a mission going on here for a while, and that is going to be taking this blue base away from this white plated, white keyed keyboard and transplanting that over to this zip ties white base. So we'll set that up as the first thing that we're up to, and then after that we're going to start looking at the sprit plate. We'll do a little bit of testing on that. Then we'll get the sprit PCB. Then we'll get the Leandrin plate underway. And these are the stabilizers, Cherry MX stabilizers. I'll probably need a little bit of help with those actually, guys, because I understand that it's best to clip them. I've never clipped them before, so I'll probably be relying on your help. And the game at foot here is don't let me do this upside down. All right. So let's move this out of the way as well. Now, for those of you who are who would consider yourselves novices or beginners, I want you to know that changing a plate is a lot easier than changing a base is a lot easier than you probably think it is. I made a video about changing the base on my Poker 2 a long time ago, and I thought, what a stupid video after I made it, because it was so easy to do, and yet I hear so often that people love that video because they didn't know how to do it before. So happy to share and let you guys know. I'm doing this upside down for me, but so you guys can see it here. I'm just going to start taking off the keys. It's pretty straightforward, actually. You can see this is the arrangement of the screws, and this lines up to what you have on the board. So the first one's there. The second one is up underneath this tab key. There it is. This one is right in the middle of the board, so you need to remove your G and H keys. And there's one over here. I think it's under the spacebar, actually. It is under the spacebar, at least partially. This one is by the Enter and Shift key. And there's one more, which is it up under here? Yeah, it is. There it is there. Just going to move these USB cables out of the way. Don't need those just this very second. Vinicius, you say, why you invert your spacebar? I flip my spacebar because that's the angle that my thumb sits at. I'm doing this upside down to what you guys would do with your hands, but you see my thumbs stick up like that? So the keys are meant to be on this angle, but my sticking up thumbs, it's the angle that they how can I do that? The angle that they smash the keyboard means that an upside down spacebar hits the right angle. All right. And zip ties leaves just at the critical moment. That's all right. This is one of Zip Ties' cases. This case is available on 1UP keyboards. Z cases. It's a, Zip Ties' Z case. I don't know if you can hear Steph in the background, but Steph's saying that it's a 3D printed case. They're available in a lot of different colors. Some of them are semi-translucent as well, which is really cool if you have backlighting. This one's a solid white. This new set, and you'll have to, and Devin's saying they're Z cases. That's because he's from Canada, but these are made in the USA, and they are Z cases. Yeah, Steph, also a Canadian, empathizes with you Northern weirdos. I say you Northern weirdos. I still have it. I have a Canadian passport too, but I prefer to think of myself as a man of the world. And actually, that's true. Like most places in the world, they say Z, and they also say kilometers. Can we at least call the Z caps instead of Z caps? No, they're Z caps. Stop being a crazy. So all I'm doing here, in case you didn't catch it, I've got my really fancy electronic screwdrivers, but I'm just taking out these little screws that come with the Z cases. The Z cases, you should look online because the ones that have these cutouts in them are compatible with the Pure Pros. The ones that don't are not compatible with the Pure Pros. So now that I've got the screws out of that, I can put this over to the side temporarily, and I'm just going to go ahead and start taking off the blue base. So the link to these Z cases is actually in the description below, and highly recommend you check them out. They're very reasonably priced. Made here in the USA. They're less expensive than some of its competitors that are made where labor is cheaper, which is surprising. Excellent quality, which I'll show you soon enough. I'm just taking it out of this text case that I have, the metal text case, which I'm going to be using as the base of my blue board. Oh, that was close. Drop that. I think that's all of them. I mean, you can see just how easy that is to take apart. I mean, how long has it taken me here? 5 minutes or so? Look, these things are easy to swap. So that's my text case there. This is my zip ties case over there. Look, here's the bottom of a Poker 2 in case you've never looked at one before. In fact, I'll just keep turning it upside down. You don't even need to take all of the keycaps off of it in order to pull it out. Just while I'm here, just having a look. Everything looks like it's in order and in good shape. For the Poker 2, I think that the build standards are very high. And while the Poker 3 is now very popular on Mech Market and elsewhere, when you buy them. In fact, I saw some at the bazaar today on Mass Drop. If you do come across a Poker 2, you know that it's definitely a very good board too. All right, well, that's that bit. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And let's put this together. So when putting these together, you want to, I'm doing it in my orientation, this lip goes towards the user. And I'm just going to slide that in there. Top first because I want the USB to grab first. I say grab. What I want the USB to do is to fit into that little hole there. You see? I just want the USB to fit in there nicely. The board hasn't, there, it's starting to sit down better. Just helping it to sit down. Don't need to force this. It's a very good fit. Just want to, there we go. Gently make sure that all the bits are in. All right, sweet. Now that that's in like that, I can start to put my screws back in. Oh. These, I think these screws are non-magnetic, which is double checking. You know what I need to get this screw back out? My tweezers. Let me grab my tweezers. I'll be right back. I always have a rant about these tweezers. I'm going to save that for later because I'm going to use them again later too. Cool. So for those of you just joining, and I see that there are, wow, many of you that have just joined, and a lot of you on the website. These are the Z cases that are, oh, close one, that are available from oneupkeyboards.com. This screw is a non-magnetic screw, so it's not grabbing the end. So what I'll do is I'll put it in place with my tweezers. There we go. So this, by the way, is my Poker 2 MX Clears. I can see, because I'm watching the video on delay, I can see just how much of my head of curly hair you guys can see. It's quite gray, and that's because I'm getting old. I managed to drop that in upside down. There we go. Cool. One more to go here. Oh. Turn this bad boy around. Cool. Yeah. Now. This last screw here doesn't quite fit on the poker 2s. I mentioned this to zip ties recently. I know that they do fit on the poker 3s, but it's not actually necessary for these poker 2s to put it in, so I'm going to go without that one last screw on that side there. Alright. Try putting this keys back on this. My upside down space bar. This board actually needs a bit of a clean. We'll save that for another day, another time. Now the one thing that I've missed off on this board is the little rubber feet on the bottom. So I'm just going to grab those now, just off camera. Start putting them down. Okay. Zip ties. You're saying they still need to come towards the edge just a little bit. Yes, they do. So on this one in particular, it was quite close to the enter. You couldn't quite do it. And caps lock, while it could do it, it was very marginal, very low degree of miss there. I would move it even closer. I'm just wiping this in my hands here to get the dust off of it. These come with these 6 feet. These 6 feet. Here, I'll just start loading them on. I don't like to press them down until I have them all in place so that I know exactly so that they're perfect. Because why do something unless you can do it perfect? Oh. See what a futzer I am, boys? See what I'm saying? Like, why not just whack them down? Who cares? Yeah, why not have it be perfect? Because then it'll always be perfect. Well, hello to my 8 viewers. I hope you guys are all saying hello in here. You're not just lurking. Oh, down to 7. Scared one of you away with that. Don't forget to head over to Mech Market. There's a link in the About section. Not Mech Market, I'm sorry. Head over to Our Mechanical Keyboards. There's a link in the About section so you can upvote this stream so more people can join in. All right, now I'm going to do the 2 over on the left side here. Your right side, depending on whether you're me or whether you're watching this in the comfort of your home. Do exactly the same thing here. I won't stick it down. All right, and now I'm left with 2. And so what I'm going to do is just grab a ruler. We have a ruler that lives in a drawer until the very moment that you wish to find it. So I know that this is 11. It's 11 and a half actually. This makes it just a little narrower. So 11 and a half would be 5.75. So 5.75. Start another sign here. And the last one. Sweetness. Oh, that's very nice. You know what I'm going to use this for is zip ties is I'm going to use it for my bike riding. Lovely. Cool. So that's that bit. Let's move on to the next. Alexa, stop. That's Alexa telling you to go to bed. That's okay. Zip ties, yeah, bike riding. So I cycle to work on my bike occasionally. And yeah, the text case, this is the case I'm going to be building this one into. The text case is great, but it's just a little bit heavy, let's be honest. And so, yeah, that's my plan. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but glitched. Welcome. All right, let me do this. So normally I love to show off the custom USB cables available on one of the keyboards. Yes, awesome. You should check those and make those. Check back the videos. But it's not actually long enough to do this demo to where I want to off screen. So this is my old Poker 2 cable that I'm just going to use to plug this in and run you guys a little demo. So what you can do, what I like to do, is to test. Now, I hope this doesn't glitch. I see this isn't going to be a repeat of Sifu's. I'm not sure what happened there. Which stream was that? So I've just plugged in the keyboard, and it's come up registering as a keyboard, which is good. And it says which one is the key just to the left of my shift, and I'm going to skip that actually because I'm not 100% sure which is which. So I'm going to skip it. Okay. But what I am going to do, check this out. I'm going to test a key by doing that. That was my H and I caught it twice. Here's another one. That's a J. That's a K. Oh, that was quite a number of those. This should be an enter. It is an enter. Oh, it says your command is too short. So let me do a longer one. Let's do and then I'll do a spacebar. Spacebar. And then I'll do enter. Your comment is still too short. It won't let me enter it. I mean, it's working. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. What can I do? Oh man, I don't know a keyboard very well. You guys will see what I'm saying. I hope you'll see what I'm saying. You keep saying the message too short. I'm trying to do this into the comments. Enter. Yeah, it posted that time. All right. Okay, so the good news is this board works. Sweet. Okay, next we got to do some more stuff. Let's unplug this. I'll put that to the side for the minute. That is fantastic news. Okay, Let's take this whole unit and move it off to the side for a sec. We won't use that for another few minutes. So testing your PCB is obviously awesome. It shows off how awesome these non-magnetic tweezers are. And I can't state that enough time, how awesome those tweezers are. This is my plate from Leandrin. I'm just going to check here. Pretty straight. It's a little bit loopy. Now, let's put that down there like that. And what I'm going to do is grab my Zelios, put just a couple of them in. So what I'll do here is, you know what? I didn't look closely enough at this. And just to doubly make sure here. So these switches are LED at the bottom. Okay, LED at the bottom it is. Just checking that they're all LED at the bottom. They are. Just grab two more here. I'll do the escape key. Okay, so why am I doing just a few onto the plate in a random order? This is because the other day I made a plank. Oh, those Zelios are going to be beautiful. The other day I made a plank and I figured out that I did it incorrectly. I did it in a high-risk way. And I could have done it in a much lower-risk way. So now that we've got those that way, this is the way this is going to go. This is the way this is going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently put these together. Now, guys, do you have any recommendations here? It's not instantly sliding to the bottom. And I know that I've plate mounted these switches, but they also have PCB mounts. This seems to have a PCB hole, but I don't know that the PCB, I don't know that it's actually fitting. Midnight Slash, yes, they are the new Zelios purple switches. They've just arrived to me today. Desidrius, what's up? It's really just not going on any further than that. That's concerning me. I think it's going to be painful, but I think I've got to clip the PCB stem. going to be painful. It's going to make for a long night. But I got to do it. Painful. All right. I'm going to put this back over here. Oh, Angelo, he says, I gave you the laptop sleeve idea. Well, trust me when I say we appreciate it. I mean, thinking of putting a laptop in a sleeve, it's a great idea. Unfortunately, this is going to put small plastic bits all over the apartment. You, how are you? How are you, more importantly? All right, let's see if this fits any better now. If it doesn't, it might be a different game afoot. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to fit. Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Well, the good news is it's going to work. The bad news is I'm going to have to clip all of the switches as I go. But even more importantly, I need to figure out how to get these in place. Okay. So you guys hang out for a second. I'm going to go and find out about. I'm going to go and find out about how to clip these Cherry MX stabs. I'm just going to go figure out how to do it. I know you guys probably have all the answers, and if you could share a link, that would be awesome. But unfortunately, you can't. This is a YouTube video I'm watching. I'll put a link into it later. So the two with little hooks. All right. So it looks like the two with the little hooks. Are the two that you clip. Do you guys agree with that? I just want to check before I clip them. Tell you what, you guys agree or disagree? I'm gonna grab my tea, which is off camera here. Let me know. Clip them. Clipping cherry stabs, go for it. Clip them. Those are the ones, eh? The ones with the little hooks. All right. Let's clip these bad boys. Oh. That is one clipped cherry. Clip some more cherries. So, as I'm doing this, where are you guys? Where are you guys coming in from? Hey, Andy's joined. What's up, Key Chatter? Luckily, I'm wearing glasses because that smacked me right in the middle of the lens. I'm just Desidria still in Australia last time you checked. Well, you should check again because you never know with Australia. Places moving around all the time. Yeah, aren't you in Brizzy? I think you are, man. I think I got that part down. I'm gonna run one of these videos, live streams, again soon for. Oh, you're in Sydney, mate. I'm sorry, but terrible mistake that one, isn't it? Angela, you're in Philly. Did you sign up today for the meetup in Philly? If you haven't, go check on our mechanical keyboards. And by the way, for those of you who have just joined, don't forget to go to Reddit and upvote this so that we can get a few more people in here. It's awful to ask for upvotes, actually. I know that means I'm going to get downvoted, but whatever. If you can share these things, it's better. So hopefully that logic means that you guys won't downvote me. I'm actually getting quite warm from this lamp and the intense pressure of being under the cameras. So what I'm going to do is open the door. Now there's a door just behind you, but of course you guys know that I live in New York. Which means that if you hear any sirens, gunshots, anything interesting at all, remember to bookmark it because you can always come back to this video later. It's extremely quiet out. It's unnervingly quiet. So we live in an apartment building here in Manhattan, and they just turned the heater on, so there's no more air conditioning. I no longer control my destiny. And with all the curly hair that I've got, I heat up quick. Yeah, who is WHPGH? You must be in here because you know that I've just shamelessly asked for an upvote. And you commented that, you bastard, on the Reddit page. Just quietly clipping my... I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. I mean, I'm just like... I'll... Alright then. That's that, I guess. What's going on now? I'm up to... I've found out that I have to clip all of the Zelios. That's going to take a while. But what I'm up to, before you get all these in and get this all sorted out, what you really need to do is set up your cherry stabs, especially because for this particular build, and I'll show that to you here, these are PCB mounted stabs. Stabs are stabilizers. They're PCB mounted, which means that they go into the board. Because they go into the board and not onto the plate, it's best to put them on while you still have a board and plate as two separate things. But I haven't done this often enough that I just know where everything goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Poker 2 in a second. I'm going to pull the keycaps off the bottom row, and I'll have a better idea where these things are supposed to line up. Like, I'm not really sure if the space bar is meant to go on one side or the other. I don't know all the answers to that. I'm going to have to base which switches to go on whether or not Pete likes these purple beasts. My initial impression is that they're surprisingly stiff. The 67 gram version. Not only are they surprisingly stiff, but because of the lubrication and um, the way that they feel at that stiffness, I would describe them a little bit differently on the progression of bump switches. So if you have a brown switch, can you hear the siren out there? I don't know if you can. The brown switch feels like a little piece of sand in it when you press it. It's a very small bump. And if you have a middle or heavy keycap, you can't feel that little grain of sand. And that's why people call it dirty. If you go to a clear switch, it feels like a pebble to me, it feels like there's something in there that's shaped like a Smartie, like a curved surface that is curved more. Actually, it's a little bit flat, so it's like curve, flat, curve. That's what it feels like to me, and I describe that as like a pebble, like a skipping stone is what I would describe it as. Something when you go to the lake or whatever, and you skip a rock. These Zelios don't feel like that. They feel round. They feel like there's a gumball in there, like it's a very round thing. So as you're pushing down, the resistance isn't quite like a clear. I think that's because of the way it's lubed and because the stems are so they're so smooth on Gatorons. They're not they don't have that kind of rough texture that a lot of the cherry switches have. So on the cherry switches, when you get a Cherry MX clear, you'll feel a little bit of like chalkiness. I personally like that chalkiness. I prefer a brand new clear to an old clear. But with these lubed ones, at least from my initial impression, and all I did to figure this out, by the way, I'll show you in fact. All I did, I just grabbed my Cherry MX CM Storm switch tester, and I just pulled out the green and the black, and just replaced them with gray and the Zelio. So this is my brown. Like I said, with my brown, it just feels like you can feel it if you go slow like that, but it's just like a little grain of sand in there, just like a little boo. This is my clear, and it feels like a pebble. It's got that two-edge thing to it. So it goes, you click, and then it's smooth, and then it clicks again almost. It feels like it's got two edges to it. This is a gray, which is the same sort of thing, but a stiffer spring. And then this is my Zelio. My Zelio feels, it's round and smooth as you press down. So you feel like there's a tactile bump, but you almost feel more of the tactile bump as it comes back up. How do I think they compare to Gat Browns with 67 springs? Well, here, I'll go get my Gat Brown. So the Gat Brown doesn't feel like it's got a little pebble in it. It's a little more pronounced. So it's like a little less dirty, I would say, but there's not enough tactility in there for me to feel it when I'm smashing at this key. So I think if you were going to go with a higher spring, you actually wouldn't go with a brown. You'd go with the bigger bump. I think if you're going to go with a stiffer spring, you might as well go with a linear. That's straight up. There you go. There's Pete's in-depth review of things with bumps and no bumps. In fact, while I'm here, let's just see if I can knock one of these. No, that didn't come up. Maybe this one will. No, it didn't. It's a shame. That would have been... I can't really get... All right, zip ties. Catch you later, dude. Well, you know what? What's even crazier is I'm doing this to answer Zip Ties' question, so it kind of doesn't make sense for me to continue. But I've done it now, luckily. And these ones go LED down. You know, I know he's gone, but yeah, it's got a little bit more pronounced of a bump than the MX Browns do, but the Gad Brown, like, you wouldn't put a stronger spring in there. You'll just effectively be removing the bump entirely. I personally don't like. I don't like blues either. I know Steph is a big fan, but to me, I just can't feel it. I can hear it. But I can't really feel it because the spring's too light, so I just smash the key down. Where was I? Oh, I was back at this point, wasn't I? Weren't it? Okay, so let's remember how this works now. Now, guys, I've always wondered, and I never really knew, which side is the front of these cherry stabs? Like, which side is this supposed to go into? In fact, I can tell. I can tell here. The answer is this is the front. Is that right? Because it needs to be able to spring like that. That's the right answer. Okay, so that goes to the front. So the two-story building goes to the front. I don't know who is on the website, but right now there's a couple of people on the website, and I do appreciate you guys going and checking that out. For those of you who don't know, we're oneupkeyboards.com. We got a giant delivery of fleece. Giant. Can't wait to show that off. I took a picture of it, and I will post that sometime tomorrow. So, oops. Okay. Let's take this off and put it back into the base. Aside for a sec. Base down. Oh, Rhino feed. Well, it's awesome that you're here, dude. Love your videos. I see that you've just hit 5,000 subscribers. High five for that, dude. I have to admit, I'm a giant fan. Um, I am actually a very huge fan, and I really appreciate everything that you do for the community. I think that you're fantastic. And so I might as well embarrass you. Why the hell not, right? Let's call you out for it. Dude, you're like the #1 blogger in the mechanical keyboard world. It's an honor and a pleasure that you're here. A pleasure and an honor, I should say. Um, okay, how have I screwed this up? Right. What have I done wrong here? Guys, are these supposed to clip flat? They are, aren't they? They're not lying down flat at the moment. Yeah, surely they're meant to be flat. Yeah, right. Quicklime, you're saying they've got to go in pretty far. By that you mean at the front here. Is there a recommended method for getting these in? Is it like a pliers job or is it something else? What's the preferred method? I mean, I could totally do that. I could totally grab one of these. But what difference did that make? I still have to get that puppy in the hole. Hammer. Love it. Don't think I'm going to hammer it. What I think I'm going to do squeeze it. But I want somebody to tell me that I'm going to do it wrong. Oh, the wire doesn't go in the front. Well, that's a colossal mistake I could have made. He's saying that it goes this way. Oh, now it totally makes sense. Oh my god, that was the easiest thing in the world. You see, that's why. Guys, that was the easiest thing in the world. Why didn't you tell me? You mount the wire goes to the back. Oh, it's so obvious. It's a quicklime. Yeah, it's a sprit. This is the sprit Leandrin group buy that I'm putting together here with some Zelios. You can see that my plate and my text match pretty well. And I've just moved my Poker 2 that wasn't this over to a white Z case. I'm gonna show off now. Look how close I was to using the pliers. Thank you, dudes. Here's the Poker 2 with the clear. They are Cherry MX clears. This is with the zip ties case. The Z case available at One Up Keyboards. Speaking of buying awesome stuff, like that Z case or like an awesome sleeve from One Up Keyboards, love it. Did anybody buy the crap bag today? Because I bought the hell out of it. Actually, I say I bought the hell out of it. Steph bought the hell out of it. I may have encouraged the purchase. But it was totally Steph. She's going to use that on her new QFR. Glitch, shipping to Canada is $30. $30 for a crap bag. Yeah, I don't think it was quite 25. I think it was $19. But I feel your pain. I know, but as I was saying about it today, I covered my JD40, my plank. I've got so my plank is a uniform. My JD40 is a unicorn poo. I've got a unicorn poo TKL, and I've got another plank uniform, and I've got more than that, and I've still got keys left over. Like, for the money, I know it's a lot of money. It's like $55 or $65 once you include shipping. It's a lot of money. Nobody's saying otherwise. But 3 keycap sets, like, how much is that? And they're cool and unique. You get loads of karma. I'm not being a karma whore. I'm just saying you get loads of karma because you have a cow chip. You have a cow. What am I trying to say? Key. You also have one that says cash for life. People like that. I like that. What's awesome is when I bring it to work, people are like, "Whoa, is that a keyboard, dude?" I say that. One of the guys from work watched this stream when I was last live blogging. Weird crossover between, my professional world and my hobby life. So I'm told that they go that way around. Totally makes sense. It's one of them. I have got to admit, I prefer the cherry stabilizers. And there's a reason I prefer the cherry stabilizers. It's way easier to take off the keycaps. Two-story house in the front. Yeah, cherry stabs are totally the best. Whoa, 14 viewers. I think this is a record for me. Welcome to everybody who has just joined. You know, one of the most disappointing things about my streams is that Leanne Dren never gets to join in, and he's asked more than once if I would just run a stream earlier in the day so that he could please join in. And I keep running them late at night, not because I don't want Leanne Dren here. I super want Leanne Dren here. Buddy, I know that you're going to watch the replay because you seem to watch them all, and I just want to say thanks for being a dude. We super appreciate your dudeness. Keychatter, what are you saying about ads? What are you saying? I mean, I'm asking as your friend, not as an advertising professional. Are you saying that you have a lot of ads on YouTube? Because if you do, I actually know a little secret trick to not get ads on YouTube anymore. And as your advertising friend, I would love to be the guy who tells you exactly how to do that. Who passed 10K subscribers? Rhino Feed, if he's still around, I'm not sure. If you are, you're a dude. He got 5,000 subscribers. Now, my subscribers, I am approaching 10K. I haven't quite got there yet. But a lot of my guys are Raspberry Pi guys. I don't know. Because the worlds never really seem to collide. I don't know if you guys know that I'm really involved in the Raspberry Pi community. And so that's where a lot of my audience is really from. And if you check out my videos, I've got a couple of videos that are in the kind of 200,000 views sort of mark. And they regularly get 1,000 views a day sort of thing. So that's why I've got so many subscribers. I am not in the leagues of Rhino Feed when it comes to mechanical keyboards. And you are quite right, it's because he had the... Desidrius says, look at your sub count. I will look this very second because I'm not sure. I believe. It may say 10K for you guys, but I think I'm still a few short. If I did the calculations right, it should be sometime mid next week that I get enough subscriptions. Which reminds me, why don't you dudes subscribe to me? You can totally you can totally subscribe to me. It's like, obviously, all the cool kids are doing it. And while you're at it, I'm just going to give another shout out to my dude, Rhino Feed. Rhino Feed, why don't you subscribe to Rhino Feed while you're here too? Get a couple of videos on your inbox. 10,003 subscribers. Well, boys, I take it back. I have crossed the 10,000 subscriber threshold. Wow. Thank you. Thank you to you guys who 10,003. Wow. That is amazing. Okay, guys, tell you what. Let's make a deal. If you if you guys register on oneupkeyboards.com before midnight, so in the next 8 minutes, if you do it right now, go to One Up Keyboards and register on the website. We'll send you a keycap to celebrate 10,000 viewers. Let me go get some keycaps here.
Who was already registered?
What if you are already registered? Then send us a message. Send us a message and there's a bunch of keycaps. I'm going to give them away right now. All you've got to do is go this very second, register on the website. That's one thing. If you're already registered on the website, use the Contact Us form or just straight up send us an email that you want a free keycap and we will send you a keycap. Because I've hit 10,000 subscribers and my mind is blown. Thank you guys. That is amazing. I'm just gonna pump my fist for a couple minutes here. I don't know if you can see me doing it, but I'm just pumping my fist a little bit.
High five.
That's really cool.
Love you.
10,000 subscribers.
Whoa.
Well, guys, I might take a break for a second while you guys are all subscribing to the website. I say subscribing. You don't have to subscribe. We don't write newsletters. The only person who's actually subscribed to our newsletter is actually Leanne Dren, and he's a dude, and we email each other all the time. You don't need to subscribe to the thing. It's totally cool. I get it. No, nobody wants to be a thing. But if you create an account today, we'll send you or contact us. Seems like somebody's already contacted us. No, that's cool. There's only 15 viewers here at the moment, so it's only for the people who are watching live. But thank you guys. I'm a little bit. I've gone quiet. What do I say? Oh, thank you, Trevor. You're a legend, dude. We'll send you a keycap first thing Monday morning. I say we. It'll be Steph. I've got to work tomorrow and Sunday and Monday, so Steph will do it. Okay, but you guys didn't come here to watch me stand by the thing. You totally didn't come here for that. I'm just gonna keep going. All right then. Now, it's been super fun, and I enjoy doing this stuff. It's way better than just sat quietly in the corner. Steph certainly doesn't ask me questions. Oh, Ren's Pawns. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you registering on the website. It's very cool of you, and I hope you enjoy your one-up keycap when it arrives. For those of you just tuning in, I don't know how many of you did. If you go to oneupkeyboards.com and register, that is to say you're going to have to put in your address and you're watching this live, we'll send you a 1UP Keyboards keycap. I'm going to go get one and put one on screen here. There it is. That's the keycap there. Just leave that there. This one goes this way. Am I doing this wrong, this one? I don't think so. Is there something sticking out of this? Is this one also supposed to be backwards or something? I don't know. Am I hitting something underneath? I'm not really sure what's up with this. It's not going in. Hey Noah, thanks for joining. Yes, these are the Zelios switches that I'm going to be putting in. And if you're just joining, make a quick detour over to oneupkeyboards.com. We're doing a key giveaway because I've just hit 10,000 viewers. Keycap giveaway. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you know what? This one actually goes around this way. You wouldn't think it, but it's actually true. Is that right? That the enter key goes the other way around? I don't know why that's the case, but it certainly seems like it's the case. Can someone confirm that if I've done that correctly? Okay, just 45 seconds left here to claim your free keycap on oneupkeyboards.com. All you got to do is register, or if you're already registered, send us an email. Yeah, it looks like when you see it like that, the big hole is the stump. That is the stump on that one. It's just the friggin' way it is. It's just the way it is. That is correct. Believe it or not. It's correct. The face is like that too, says Quicklime. Yep, I'm with you. Now, putting this in this way, like this. Now, I'm going to turn it around, and I want you guys to tell me that I'm putting it in the right way around. I want you to say, yeah, you're putting it in the right way around. I want you to say that. I don't want anybody going, you muppet. You put the keyboard together upside down. I know y'all will. Rano Feed asks, question, why do you use non-magnetic tweezers? I'm not too familiar with building keyboards, but it would seem to me like having magnetic tweezers would be helpful to have. Honest answer, because that's what Andy told me to buy, and Andy's a dude. Key Chatter, would you like to respond to that question? I also use these things to you can test the individual holes, so uh, you can test your keyboard before you do it. Noah, yes, Noah, I want you to know, at 100,000 subscribers, I probably will give away a keyboard. Uh, if I get to 100,000 and I haven't remembered to give away a free keyboard, I would like you to come and tell me that I haven't done it and that I should do it. I'll do it. Now, AxeTrans just written. Just remember split right shift. I don't even know what that means. Do you guys know what that means? Split right shift. I'm just. AxeTran, if you're in the channel, speak now. I don't know what that means. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Poker 2 buddy out here, and I'm going to pull some keycaps off of it so I can look at the bottom row and see how everything is properly spaced. Because that is my biggest concern, is that I set it up so that I do like a 1.5 rather than a 1.25. Split right shift on 3. Sounds like a football play. It does sound like a football play. Splitting the right shift for a function. No. I'm going with a standard. Fully super standard here. So that tells me that I'm going in the... Oh, it's not easy, is it? Just going to grab a bunch here. So if I look at this, this tells me that this goes in the one on the right. LED down. Sorry, you guys can see that. Oh, I've got to clip these. Oh, I've got to clip it first. So it looks like it's going in that one. My right, your left. But I've got to clip this. So that's going in that one there. Like that. Right? Okay, does anybody know how to do this? Does anybody know, like, if I want a 1.25 here, does that mean I'm going in the right hole position or the left hole position? I don't know the answer. That's one place it could be. seems like it's right, actually. If you think about it logically, that's where you put a 1.25. If you had a 1.5, you'd want it in the other position, because then it would be further over, and that means the key would be longer on that side. Am I planning to desolder any switches from my Poker 3? No, I'm not. That's not the plan. Keeping those on there. I have the I have every intention to keep using. It's not a Poker 3, by the way. It's a Poker 2. I have every intention to keep using my Poker 2. Especially now that I've got it on this new flat board. So I switch between a flat board and a tip board. And this will be my new commute board because it'll be light because it's got the Z case on there. Okay, so if that one went further over that side, that would mean that this next one you know what? Now that I've figured that out, it's like Sudoku. I figured one out. Why do I need to? So that's the distance between the two stems. That means that distance should be again repeated between there and that stem placement. And what would make it easier is if I turned it around the right way. Yeah, so that's in that position. Hard to argue with that logic. Quicklime, thank you. For left control, left alt, left win, standard spacing has them on the side closer to the edge. Okay? So I'm going to say that this will be much the same, alright? Let's just... So that key spacing would be right, because that would be the same as there. That means, I'm going to turn this around again. That's 2 volts. So no, I didn't turn around. Do you think I've done that right here? What do you think? So that's the right distance. That's the right distance. So I've got that in the right one. Zip ties. So clipping is necessary for plate mounting. No, it's not. But these just don't seem to fit. These little stems just don't seem to fit. Let's see if I can get one to fit, actually. That's just for shits and gigs. See if I can get one to. No, it doesn't seem to go in. I can't really tell you why, except to say that these stems are obviously too big. These plate mounting stems are obviously too big for this board. All Gateron housings have PCB mount clips, and for this project he is plate mounting and needs to clip them off.
Whoa.
Okay, continuing on the tricky bottom row here. So this I'm going to say again using my fuzzy version of logic. This should be closest to the edge here. Now that. Is that right, boys? Why is there extra room over there? That curly hair. Yeah, I know. While I've got it. Face reveal. I mean, you know. I have one of those faces that it's probably best if I don't show it. But honestly, I have one of those faces where people seem to think that they recognize me in public places anyway. So I don't know that. Oh, whatever. If you really want to figure out who I am, I'm sure it's not very difficult. And Pete, the right side is different than the left. Yeah, okay. Tell me how it's different. Is that one in the wrong position is the real question, quick. So that has to be the closer one, right? That has to be here. There's no other choice for it, Nate. It has to be there. See that? That is logic. These gats are a pain in the butt to clip them all. They're not gats. They're Zelios. I'm very lucky to have some. Apolitary could swear you teach at my uni, Pete. I could swear that I definitely don't teach at your uni. I can tell you that for sure. I don't work at a university at all. I work in New York City at an advertising agency. Quick, can you tell me if there's a particular hole that I'm supposed to? It doesn't matter. Look, that's the right one because that's the measurement. Like I'll fight you all day long. That's the measurement, so it can't be a different hole. I don't fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Ha! And you don't live in Japan for sure. Correct. Correct. Okay, so if that's the right space, then this is also going to be exactly the same. And that means that I need one more clip here, and then I can start just clipping a bunch. See my tactic here for trying to collect a couple of these. Also must mean that I have those in the right position. Well, boys, it's looking good. It's looking good. Okay, I'm going to remove this off the time being. Alright. Let's start clipping some switches. Quicklime, I only just saw your message now, but I think because I measured it, I'm pretty confident. Surprise nipple piercing by your cat. That sounds more like a fun night out. All right, I'm going to get a bunch of these. Yeah, some people want the split right shift, but I think that with the standard bottom row, that these keys are all redundant. Like, I just use these ones because when I mean Control C, Control V, and whatever, I never use this in Control. I never use this Alt. So I make my function. I set up all my functions here. It's easy enough to do, and it means that I can easily buy. I can easily buy keycaps. I don't have to futz around with special sets. Not that special sets aren't cool. Special sets are very cool, but standard means it's easy for me to switch and swap. "15 viewers in here at the moment. Thank you guys very much." Oh, and then it drops to 13. The curse of actually looking at the numbers. Do you guys have any? Well, are there any noobs in here or anything? Noobs. It's not very flattering to call somebody a noob, but are there any people here who are just starting out in mechanical keyboards and wonder why or what I'm up to? Feel free to ask. We have some amazing talent in the house today. Key Chatters Andy. He's the man, he's here. We have XX7, who is a student and 3D printer. Made some pretty amazing keycaps. XX7 is definitely worth checking out. Also in the house is Quicklime Rhino Feed, who has 5,000 viewers. Love that dude. You should totally check out his videos. There's a a guy with a bunch of consonants. I can't remember, WHGPH or something close. He had the idea for making sleeves for laptops. Genius. Who else we got in the house? Glitched. I mean, Apolitary, who's in Japan. It sounds like he's going to university. Who else is in the house? There's more than that. You know what? Actually, I'm quite thirsty. Talk amongst yourselves for a sec. Make yourselves known, though. And I'm back. Oh, I saw 17 viewers here. Amazing. I saw that on Massdrop today there was a Topre metal case for HHKB, and there was only one purchased, and I thought, that's Andy Cook. Am I right or what? Am I right or what? I can imagine that Key Chatter was like tapping at keys, man. Hey? Hey. Just throwing a little Canadian in there for you. That's XX7's influence rubbing off of me. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I think actually that was a good answer by Andy earlier. If these were magnetized, when you try to let go of something, then it would stick to one of the two arms. That wouldn't be cool. So that's the reason they're non-magnetic. Screwdriver ends should be magnetized, but not tweezers. So that's not. This one hasn't gone in all the way. I'm not really sure what you're meant to do when that happens. Like it just hasn't pushed all the way into that. There we go. And that one hadn't really either. Okay, well, It's obviously going to make this a little bit tricky if I have to keep going through doing that. Maybe I shouldn't be starting on this outside row here, actually. Maybe that's a lesson to be learned. Why don't I? Is there a right way to do this? I don't know. I think this one should go in. Yeah. Because some of these are being held off the board by other switches nearby, they go in easier. This top row is going to be a little bit tricky until I get some of these other ones in. It's okay. Don't need to do it in a particular way. I can go ahead and be chaotic. These switches, they're all so straight that I bet you I could have just done it the other way around. Could have done it the non-Jack approved way. Time to clip some more switches. Now, just before I do, I'm going to go ahead and talk for a second about this and put it in place. This is my caps lock locking key from Cherry MX, and I'm going to include that on this board. Now, there are two positions. I know this one for sure. There are two positions you can put this in. If you prefer to have a caps lock key with the little flat tab under it, then you put it closer to the edge. But if you prefer to have a center mount key, as I do, then you put it out here like this. Just gonna make sure I've got that right. So this is a Zelios board, with the exception of my locking key. Guys, still 12 viewers in here. This one's going amazing. This is going amazingly well today. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I've already grabbed a bunch of switches and I haven't started clipping them yet. So did anybody answer about the crap bag? I didn't even look. We started. I think we got sidetracked. Did anybody else buy a crap bag or just Steph? Yeah, good night, Zip Ties. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Awesome case, by the way, dude. Thanks very much for that, and we'll talk again soon, I'm sure. You know, these little plastic things, I'm firing them all over the apartment. I can hear some like land in distant places. Yeah, and Steph's giggling right now, but it's a maniacal giggle. You know, one of those ones where you're like, oh, yeah, cool, I'm in trouble. Okay, well, she's still giggling, guys. So, so in the end, no one else but me bought the crap bag. Well, the good news is you can live vicariously through us because we'll do a live blog of it when it arrives. See all the cool stuff in there. You can get first dibs on the stuff we don't want to keep. You can work yourself up into a jealous rage about the stuff that we do want to keep. Just clipping more and more of these. Does anybody just joined not know what I'm up to? I can clarify for you. Or whoa, whoa! Apollitaries just said I'm 14. No, I'm 13. Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, I'm calling BS too. Apollitary, because you said you were going to university in. Yeah, all right, I'm 23. Yeah, you said you're going to university in Japan, and like you might be really bright, but you didn't make a clock in a Texas school, so it's unlikely that you're going to a university at that sort of age. What? There was a kid who made a clock. I know, and you know what? Especially on the night when I finally have 10,000 viewers, I was really, really genuinely hoping that the clock that he made was my alarm clock. Like, I genuinely hoped that. I thought, you know, wouldn't it just be a treat? Then I probably would have had a knock at the door by some men dressed in black suits before I heard about it on the news. But for those of you who are looking for an alarm clock, may I highly recommend. I hope you guys are having as fun a time as I am. I mean, there's nothing like cutting little bits of plastic to really get me fired up. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually genuinely true. This is fun, like, I'm making a keyboard, and then people are going to be like, whoa, nice keyboard, and I'll be like, yeah, I made it. Even though I didn't really, even though Sprit really designed it, and somebody else actually, you know, and Zelios designed these little switches. And I certainly won't have designed my own keycap. I certainly didn't, but whatever. I'm not going to tell them that. I'm just going to say, hey, I made it. Okay. Now remember, this is the Jack Humbert method. Install just a couple of these and flip the plate and board over into position and install the rest. I successfully built the plank the incorrect way by putting in all the switches into the plate. What weight are those? Yes, they are 67 gram. Here's my bag. 67 gram Zelios. I got 100 of these puppies. I'm only using 61 for this project, which means I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with the remainders. Either put them on Mech Market or hope that somebody else puts their remainders on Mech Market. It depends how much I like them, actually. I might contact Zelios and buy some more. I don't know yet. And I was, when I got them today, and I just started pressing on them up, this is a really exciting board for me. It's my first home-built 60%. I thought, do I really want to put these keys on it? Do I really want to save the keys for something else? I thought, no, you know what? Just go ahead and use them. What's the point in having them if you're not going to use them? Dyslexic Dog, yes, these are Zelios switches. I joined in on the group buy. They are purple Gaterons, which is a Cherry MX Clear clone, but they are lubed with 67 gram springs as per Zeal PC's spec. And he seems like a pretty nice dude. Go over and check his website. Jardinsky, welcome to the channel. I'm glad it looks like these guys are answering your questions, so I don't really need to do it. The best part about these things really is the chat. I was in the chat in Key Chatter's live stream recently, and it's really what it is. I know you guys are sat there listening to my voice right now. Which I'm sure is great, and I'm sure you're listening to it in surround sound or something, but let's be honest, the chat's way more exciting than listening to me natter on. I do appreciate you guys spending your Friday night with me, hanging out, building some keyboard. This top row really isn't cooperating in the way that I would have wanted it to, so I'm just going to pull it out to do it. Do I have any? No, I've run out of switches. This is really going together well, so Not really worried here. Oh, Dyslexic Dog, you're saying you picked up a Poker 3 with MX Clears and they're more tactile than you expected. They might be more tactile than you expected, but are they more tactile than you wanted? I personally prefer the MX Clear, and I like it when I try to type without pushing them all the way to the bottom. Just trying to get them past that bump. Now, I've got the door open here in New York, and I can hear we've hit taxi o'clock. You know what? What is that? I just saw a little piece of plastic. Shocking. Yeah, I can hear all the taxis are honking their horns outside. I don't know if you guys are picking that up through the mic or not, but it's pretty cool. It's very New York City up in this, isn't it? Philco key puller, indeed. Recommend the wire key puller, definitely. I think that there's a link to that in the Amazon links in the About section of this video. In the About section of the video, there's a number of links that are useful if you're new to the mechanical keyboard community, or if you just happen to want to pick up these fabulous non-magnetic tweezers, which is now becoming a bit of a joke because I talk about them incessantly. So I had a nice system before where I had the unclipped back here. And I'm just certain at one point I'm just going to clip these wires. I'm just reading the comments, guys. Sorry for going quiet. Also in the About section, you'll find a link to oneupkeyboards.com, which is our website, my wife Steph and I. Steph bought a giant roll of fleece. I was talking about it earlier. If only there was a way to show you guys what that looks like now. There isn't really. I have to upload a picture. Not really. There's not an easy way of doing it. And because there's not an easy way of doing it, I'm just going to keep clipping these little. So there's 14 viewers in here. Are there any lurkers? Anybody who hasn't yet posted a comment? It's cool, you know. You can just say hello. We're quite a friendly bunch. Tell us how you joined, whether you've come via YouTube or whether you've come via Reddit. This is it's a pretty friendly community with some pretty cool people from the community here this evening, so feel free to say hello and just let us know that you're here. If you've got a mechanical keyboard or not, that's cool too. These guys are a very friendly bunch. There's no arsiness or anything. If you watched me today making this thing, it's my first time making a 60%, and I was asking for help on how to use the cherry stabs. And everybody's helpful. Everybody's really cool. Yeah, we won't mug you. That's the truth. It's a very, very friendly crowd, and we're open to beginners too. And like today, I'm making a keyboard, but I'm happy to talk about the different types of switches if you don't know, or if you're just discovering this, or if you're a gamer and thinking about getting a keyboard, which I know a lot of guys are, or if you're somebody who works in the IT industry and you're thinking about getting something that's a bit more comfortable, or you have a real thing about pen spinning and you have an audience on YouTube that's mostly Raspberry Pi people, and you think maybe there's something cool that is in the tech world that I could introduce them to. You think maybe it would be mechanical keyboards, and then you discover a really cool community of people on Reddit, and then you think, actually, this is a really cool thing, and maybe I could learn more about it, and then next thing you know, you're putting purple switches on the blue board in the middle of the night with about 16 of your closest friends. It's 1:47 p.m. for Apollo Terry. I'm going to try my best to answer some of these questions, but at the same time, I know the guys in here are great at answering these questions as well. So, have I tried Matthias or Alps? I have tried Matthias, which I did recently at Keyboard I/O board, which I tried at Maker Faire here in New York. That was cool. Nice person we met on the other side of the counter talking to us about it. It's a pretty cool keyboard. That was really my first go with them. It was a very good switch, and I intend to get some more Matthias in the future. Plus, they're Canadians, and I love to support a Canadian. How rare are cherry greens? They're not that rare. It might be difficult to find a board, but we have a board here that's Cherry MX Green. It's a Cooler Master, and if you're thinking about your first board, I highly recommend the Cooler Master QFR XT. I don't know what other boards. No other boards come to mind in a minute, but those are excellent boards, and if you're just starting out, I highly, highly recommend them. Not least because you can upgrade them in the future and turn them into a great kind of intermediate board. They're fantastic. Highly recommended. And if you're thinking about getting greens, a great place to go look for them is on our Mech Market. So reddit.com/r/Mech Market. If you're not subscribed to Reddit, you should be. If you're not already on Mech Market, you need to be. The way I discovered Mech Market when I first started with these keyboards is that's where everybody posts the best pictures of keyboards because they're trying to sell a keyboard. So there's some great pictures there. And if you're trying to find Cherry MX greens, you can totally find some there. They tend to be a little bit more expensive. So typically, it goes like red, black, brown, blue, and then the clears and the Cherry MX greens are more expensive. Why? Only because they're a little more rare. And then even more expensive than that are these Zelios, because they're even more rare. These have only just been released and only just arrived in my mailbox today. That was a lot of me talking. I'm sure. I'm sure there are more questions. I know V60 Gaterons had chattering, which is a firmware issue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know so much about it. the channel keeps going up and down in popularity, so I assume there's new people coming and joining, and then leaving. Probably because my droning is a little bit boring. But if you're still here and you're new and you haven't yet made a comment, please do. We're friendlies, and yeah, we'd love for more people to join the mechanical keyboard community. We're growing every day. You may or may not know there's 85,000 users on Reddit in the mechanical keyboard community, and that is where you will find the best pictures of mechanical keyboards. Josh Topolsky of Engadget and later The Verge fame, most recently the Bloomberg, even though I know that didn't end well. He's joined the sub, and he's made some pretty cool posts. He obviously likes keyboard in a particular way. He's kind of like a retro dude, which is cool. It's neat to have, basically a famous blogger in the tech community join in, and I'm sure it's just as cool for people who are less well known, like people who only have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube to participate. It's an inside joke for those of you who weren't here earlier. It's not very funny either. Right. This top row is really not going in easily. I'm not really sure why it's proving so difficult. It is. The first keyboard I built was an ortholinear keyboard by Jack Humbert. If you guys haven't built a keyboard before, it's a great one to start on, and it's a fun build, and it's a great little keyboard. Really well supported by the community. Jack's a really top dude. $16 viewers. This is impressive for one of these videos. So you guys know, I'm just repeating myself because I'm doing a repetitive task and more people are coming and going. But I'm building the Leandrin Group Buy project. This is a sprit PCB board with a JD designed 60% top plate. It's going into my Tex base. These are Zelio's purple Gateron switches, which are a Cherry MX Clear clone that are lubricated. They're called Zelios because they're made by a guy named Zeal PC. Zeal PC has his own website where he's selling these things. They are expensive and cool. What else can I tell you? I'm also co-founder of oneupkeyboards.com, which you can check out if you're into mechanical keyboards. That's just me like recapping the main bits. For those of you who've been around for the last 2 hours and 25 minutes, I do apologize for repeating myself at the same time. Last one, guys. Can you believe I didn't count these, and so now I have 4 clipped? Didn't need to be clipped. They're in. Okay. I'm going to just step away for 1 second, get a drink of water before I come back, flip this puppy over. Can you guys look at this and tell me if I've done it incorrectly? Please, now is the time. Please, please, please. If it's wrong, please tell me. It looks amazing. It does look amazing. It looks super amazing. Oh, I'm super excited. Okay, let me get a drink of water and I'll be straight back. Steph, is it okay if I keep going for a little bit? And I don't want to go too late. What? I mean, I could solder it, right? Yeah. It's super fun and like, I don't know if I really want to stop. We've got 18 viewers here now. Hello. Hello, all 18 of you. Don't forget to go over to Reddit and upvote this stream. It's awful to nag about upvoting, but it's great when more people join. And now we've got 19 viewers here, so. Zeal PC, yes! Yes! Zeal PC has just joined the chat. Dude, look at this. How sick does this look? Oh my god, this is totally a dream right now. So, this is going amazing. This is the Leandrin, sorry, this is just for Zeal to catch you up, dude. Leandrin plate, designed by JD Carpe. Sprit PCB. The Zelio switches, the gold Cherry stabs, the Cherry MX locking switch, the Tex plate with feet, just showing that off, and I'm just about to flip it over and start soldering. I'm actually at the point where I'm like, have I made any mistakes? Because if I have, please tell me now. These should all be spaced for like a standard space bar and a standard base here, standard bottom. I hope anyways. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to do a little bit of a cleanup here, just so I can have more room to start soldering. I'm just gonna move this. Out of the way for a second here, just so I can clean up a little bit of these plastic bits. this actually has to go off the edge. We have a tape measure on the front of this, so I'm just cleaning up here just ahead of getting to soldering. Oh shit, what did I do with the magnet? That was there. Where did that go? Huh. Don't know where the magnet went. Knock it on the floor, maybe? Yes, they do have tight holes. So I wasn't able to leave those on. What happened to that magnet that I have here? I hope it's not stuck. What's that? No, but I do worry about it. I don't know. That's the thing. Because this whole thing is magnetic, you would have thought that if I knocked it somewhere... Oh, I can't find it. Okay, just another couple minutes, guys, and I'll get on to soldering here. Okay, what I really need to do now is get all this out of the way. Where are those? Okay, first things first, I need to get my surface ready. Get all this into proper order here. I need to wet that sponge. Where's the little porridge jars then? Oh. Use this little shot glass. that is actually a very good use for this thing, and I think I want to keep it around for exactly that. I know, but there's no point. I just used a little shot glass to wet this thing. It was excellent. No spillage. It's very good. Oh, you don't want to keep that up. Okay, getting close, getting close. What's that, Steph? Did I want to iron? I haven't turned it on yet. I want everything in place and everything ready before I turn the soldering iron on. Like, I don't need this Philco thing on the table. There's extra screw there. Okay, getting closer here. Let's do this way. Okay. I'm just getting a little bit closer. It's actually gotten a little bit cold just now. So I'm just going to close this door and get rid of some of that amazing New York City ambiance we had going a minute ago. Okay, which solder am I going to use here? I think I might use this. What's this stuff? Lead-free 0.04. Let's just check. Yeah, it might be a little bit big. What's this stuff here? Oh, I don't have enough of that left. Yeah, so let's try this. We'll start with this. 18 viewers. This is amazing. As soon as I say it, now we're down to 17. It's like I'm cursed about it. That's okay. Appreciate the 17 of you who are still here. I'm just going to double, triple check before I turn on the soldering iron. I've got a really good soldering iron, so it heats up very quickly, so I don't need to worry about that, really. So this will be underway in just a second. I've got a Hacko, and I can tell you guys, for sure, they are the best soldering irons I've ever used. If you're thinking about getting a soldering iron, highly recommend it. Okay, time to turn her on. I'm using the FX888D. Let's just check here what I'm going to be up against. There. Okay. I think I got my rhythm down. Okay. It says it's up to speed here. All right then. I hope that light's not in the way, but I wanted to be a little bit closer. Obviously, I'm concentrating because I really do give a shit. And so I apologize if I've gone a bit quiet, but I really do give a shit, and so I'm trying to concentrate. For those of you who are just tuning in, and obviously some of you are, because I now have 20 viewers, 18. I'm cursed like that. I'm making a group by board, which is a Sprit PCB with a JD Carpe designed top board. What am I saying? With a plate designed by JD, with from a group buy run by Leanne Dren, with Zeal PC switches. That's not enough. I want a little more. There we go. And that's not very nice. A little too much on there. Yeah, looks like you guys are still talking amongst yourselves, which is great. I'm just here busy giving a shit. Probably shouldn't take it so seriously. It's only, man, I'm gonna screw one up. Ah, yuck. Um, it's just ugly as all it is. I might redo that in a minute. It's better. These are funny ones, these. It's like the weird side-mounted ones that are always, always funny. Yeah. We've recently bought a fire extinguisher, which is probably good. Because I've just realized that I've covered the lamp with a bit of paper to help diffuse the light. I'm waving this soldering iron around. Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, I'm sure you guys are mostly here to hear me talk about something or something, but appreciate you guys just hanging out and talking amongst yourselves. I'm doing my best at making some beautiful joins here. There's only one that I'm really not pleased about, and I really am considering redoing it. Now there's two that I'm not happy about. Oh, well, now there's three I'm not happy about. What are you guys talking about? I use Mac OS and Linux. Me too. Me too. Don't really use the Windows much anymore. Really have opportunity to. Um, for those of you who do use Windows, is it any good? You know what I do have though? I have an Xbox One. I like my Xbox One. I know that my Raspberry Pi audience will start using the Windows OS more and more. So I should check it. Damn it! Not happy about that. Well, I'm just about. I'm over halfway done now. Um, I don't know. Did you guys see me miss any? I badly want to redo that one. It's really bugging me. Oh, it's because the little switch is bent. That's why it's shaped like that. Bent over. Oh, right. Okay. It makes sense now. It's not just the worst joint in the world. What am I doing? I've got my action cam. I haven't even switched over to it yet. Oh, you can't see anything on my action cam. Maybe if I tip that up, you can see more. Does it even look like it's closer? I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna go full action cam. It's just a closer view. All right, see you later, guys. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you guys are signing off. Got to go to bed. All good. I'm just gonna finish up these last few joins here. I'm gonna do the same. Am I going to sip socket this? I'd like to sip socket it, but I don't yet have any sip sockets. So it's not in my short-term plans, uh, but it is in my long-term plans. How's that for an answer? Um, I'm also getting a TKL board as part of the waffle group buy, and that one I'm gonna go with Cherry MX Gray tactiles, and that I had plans to put LEDs in. For some reason, I feel like these little guys I don't want to. They're like a pure typing experience, But for some reason in my head, I think that a TKL should have LEDs in it. So that's a long and weird way to answer a very simple and straightforward question. But this board in particular, I don't know yet. I don't have any SIP sockets, so I'm not planning to do it. For the first little bit, I'm just going to see how these Zelios go. I don't know if he's still around, but good on him for making these. Super cool. So one of the first interviews I did on Mech Market, was with Margot of Margot Mods. He's a dude, and you know, his view shaped my view in a lot of ways. He was just like, a lot of the keyboards that are coming out now just have a bunch of LEDs on them. And as much as I think that the Corsair RGBs are neat, that's not really what I want from a keyboard. What I want is programmability. What I want is what Easy AVR gives me. And so, I kind of have this pet, not hatred, but like, ew, what do you need an LED for? I don't look at my keyboard. That's not true. Actually, I do look at my keyboard. But only to admire its beauty. Today, I had my best ever typing result. Oh, thanks, Zeal, for sticking around while you're packing. I know I'm not talking much. It's because I'm trying to do the best job I possibly can with this. This is really not very nice solder that I'm using. It's got a lot of rosin in it, and it's hurting my throat. Yuck. I understand if you gotta go, dude. Deciduous, I appreciate you stopping by. If your internet is flaking out, that sucks. I've only got just a few of these left to go, and then I'm gonna flip the board over and put it into the thing. But you can catch this on replay. Oh, that's a yucky. Oh, it turned out okay, but it was a bit yucky when it happened. Yeah, it turned out okay. Maybe not. Maybe a touch more in there. Just a little bit. It needs to be cleaned and restarted. I only have 2 left, but I gotta do it. Gotta do it properly. Yeah. Well, unless you guys saw me miss one, I think that's it. Yeah, so there's little stains everywhere from that solder, which isn't great, but still pretty good. Oh, and that one is my other ugly. That's a really ugly joint. I can't live with that one. I'm sorry. That one. That one's yeah. Just redo it, Pete. This is exactly what happened to this one last time. Okay. What about about this little smurf over here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let that cool down. I'll just step away and wash my hands, and I'll be back in a second. Rodolfo Lagaza. We'll see you again later, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Sweet. Just putting the board back together now. Now, you guys might be surprised at the keycap set that I put on this thing. I'm a little surprised at the keycap set that I'm going to put on this thing. But there is a little bit of method to my madness. Look at how beautiful she is. So you guys know how earlier I was playing with this one. I'm just going to put these keycaps back on it. You know, I didn't know I've done that. Screwed these two up. Well, not only do I have those, but I have another set of Poker 2. And the reason I wanted to do this was that I want to program this to be the same as my Poker 2, because I'm going to switch back and forth between the two. I wanted it to be as compatible as possible so that I just could feel the difference between the Zelios. So, if everything worked out correctly, that should just slot on there. So I do realize that has a Poker 2. I definitely do realize that. Well, I'm just going to put some keycaps on. Okay, gonna go back to the wider. Well, I'm, running out of steam myself, getting pretty darn late here, but at the same time, I just can't wait. Just can't wait to try typing on these. It's pretty exciting to try out new switches, let alone to be one of the first to try out these Zelios. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about it. especially this caps lock key with my locking key in there. Amazing. Oh, here we go. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am about this, but here we go. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not as chalky as your Jerry MX Clear, but it's just pretty close to perfect. Usually that's a really clacky thing for me. Wow. You can hear the sound is a little muted too. I'm just going to close the door to outside. It's a little more muted than a... Well, unfortunately, they look a really light touch. Yeah, they're not as light as maybe I expected. I think I expected it to be a little lighter. Like, that spacebar is surprisingly... It's surprising how firm it is. Wow, that's really something. Yeah, I am actually having a nerdgasm. That is as close to a nerdgasm as I'm going to have. Well, 3 hours and 28 minutes into this build. That's about how long it would take to do this. I'm going to leave it there for the evening. Thanks very much for watching, guys. It's been absolutely amazing. It's been mind-blowing. Maybe I should just give her a quick test before I Well, they certainly aren't as stiff as a typical cherry clear. It's easier to pull keys out. Unfortunately, Steph's asleep, so now I'm starting to feel a bit guilty about talking. But I'm going to have a look at this. Well, it doesn't look that bad. Concerning. Steph, I nearly got it. Did you hear it? It's just my L that doesn't work. So I cracked her open, having a quick go, see if I can get it fixed that quickly. Do you know what sucks? I have to work tomorrow. That sucks. No. Well, it's a good question if the diode's facing the right way, but I didn't do the diodes. It's a pre-populated board. And so far as I know, well, here's an easy way to test it out. Right? Oh no. No, nothing's responding now, so. Okay, well, it's 2 in the morning for me, so I'm going to have to call it the end. Unfortunately, I've got a key that isn't working in my L key, but I don't quite know what the problem is yet, so. I'm going to have to call it a night, boys. Yeah, okay. I think there might be a problem with the L. I don't know what's causing it. It's a shame. I should have tested it out. Okay, well, yeah, hopefully I do get it fixed. I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll let you know on RMK. Thanks again for watching. I'm just going to leave this on for a few minutes as I clean up and get out of town. All right, thanks again, guys.